Hey, Zach Crawford here, and in this video we're going to talk about how to set up a WordPress website. Now, you do not need any technical experience, you don't need to be a coder or really know how to do any of that stuff. It's going to take you about 10 minutes to launch it if you stick with me in this video, and this is going to be beneficial for two different types of people. Number one is for people that just want to basically launch a hobby blog. You have something you want to share, something you're passionate about, and you want to get it out to the world. Number two is for people that either want to launch a online business or they're interested in taking their business online. Now, I put two different packages together. One is the people that want to be, doing it themselves. They want to follow along the tutorial. I'm going to show you how to do it, as I said, in about 10 minutes. And you can follow along those steps and you can launch your blog really, really quick. Number two is for people that just want somebody to do it for them. They're more the type of people that just want to get into it. They want to start blogging and they don't really want to do any of the technical things. Now, I want to say up front, I am an affiliate for Bluehost. Pretty much anybody that does YouTube videos showing you how to set up a website is an affiliate. And I wanted to make that clear. With that being said, I use Bluehost on every single website I create. I've launched hundreds of websites on Bluehost. Actually, I've done over 500 for clients. So this is not something I'm just recommending solely for an affiliate commission, but I wanted to make that clear up front. Now, with that being said, by buying through me, by getting your actual website set up through me, your web hosting, it's not costing you any additional money. You already have to get a web host. That's absolutely necessary to launch a website. You don't have to pay any additional money to do that. And I've also created a pretty nice bonus package to help you get up and running, which I'll talk about that in a minute. So with that being said, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to switch over to my computer screen. I'm going to walk you through step by step, and I want to show you a few things before we actually jump into the actual how-to side of things of launching your blog. All right, so let's jump into it. So before we get started, I really want to talk about a few things. Number one is if you're not watching this on my blog, if you're watching this on YouTube, I literally have a step-by-step blog post that literally goes through everything I'm talking about in this video and in even more detail. I also have a common Q&A, so basically any questions and answers you may have, I pretty much, collected those over the years of people that have asked me, and you can reference those in the description. So I'm going to link up that blog post in the description. Number two is the done for you blog service. So I'm going to talk about that here in a minute. If you're somebody who's interested in having that done for you instead of setting it up yourself, you'll be able to access that in the description as well. Now, number three is if you have any issues whatsoever, I don't care if you're actually purchasing, hosting through me for, setting up the blog yourself, you're going to follow the tutorial, or number two, you actually get the blog done for you. It doesn't matter. If you run into any problems, you have any questions, I want to make sure that you can work through that. If my team has to even jump into your website and figure out what's going on, we'll make sure your blog is up and running fine. Now, number four, I'm going to cover the basics here. As I talked about, we're going to launch your blog in about 10 minutes. It's really that easy. However, with that being said, I've created a very detailed course to teach you how to monetize your blog as well as how to use that blog, and it goes into extreme detail on every aspect of blogging. This is literally a course that I used to charge $497 for, and I've taken it off the market. So the only way to access that now is to basically buy hosting through me. So this will cover everything you need to know about blogging. This is literally how I made my first $500,000 online. So it's going to go into all aspects of blogging with that. Now, I want to talk about really quick why you want to create a website. A blog is one of the best ways to share your message with the world. So regardless if you're looking to create a blog on a hobby, something you're passionate about, or you're looking to, use it for your business, in my opinion, it's one of the best ways to get your message out there. Number two is it's an excellent tool to build and grow a business. So, even to this day, I've created a 7-figure empire and I still use blogging as one of my staples to grow my business. So regardless if you have money to invest or you're bootstrapping your business, it's a great tool to do that. So that's one of the most affordable ways to grow a business if you are on a budget. Now, one of my students, 𝐤𝐤𝐬𝐷, is a perfect example of that, doing it on a budget, right? He made his first $100,000 with just 1,000 people using a blog and the methods that I teach. So understand this is very powerful if you actually apply it and you take blogging seriously. Now, I want to talk about why WordPress. So why use WordPress? If you're here watching this, you're probably already familiar with WordPress, but I want to touch on that just in case you're a complete beginner. Number one is it costs you nothing to use. It's a tool that's freely available, but it's like the industry standard, or I should say it is the industry standard. And honestly, I wouldn't run my website on anything other than WordPress. It's also beginner friendly. So one of the great things about it, if you know how to use basically like Microsoft Word, or you know how to write an email in Gmail, it's pretty darn similar. Also, thousands of free and paid themes to create a beautiful website without any coding knowledge. So one of the great things about WordPress, you do not need to know any coding, no HTML, no CSS. Back when I first started, I had to learn all this like software and everything in order to build a website, and it took weeks. Now you literally can have an amazing website in about an hour if you play with it. Also, there's thousands of free and paid plugins to create advanced functionality for your blog. So if you ever see some of the websites that do like really crazy things and they're really super snazzy, you literally can do that with like a click of a mouse. You install the plugin, change a few settings. I mean, literally anybody can do it. You need no technical knowledge to make this happen. It's also the platform that almost all successful bloggers use, including myself. Pretty much, I'd say over half the web is pretty much run on WordPress. It's the industry standard these days. Even when people have websites that are $50,000 built, a lot of them are built on WordPress. Some of the biggest brands that you're familiar with, even on TV, that have a website. Now, there's two different options that you can avail of. Number one is to do it yourself. So you can follow along the tutorial that I'm showing you, and you can just follow along with what I'm doing. I'm going to link up the link to Bluehost in the description. So you just get Bluehost through my link. And then once you do, you're going to get my blogging mastery training. So as I said, this goes through my process of how I made my first $500,000 online. So regardless what niche industry you're in, there's different ways to monetize it. I'm going to teach you how to do that, different ways to get your content out there, different ways to create content, different ways to actually make money blogging. It goes through everything. You're also going to get access to my private Facebook group. So every single week, I do a live training. There's literally no pitch. I don't sell anything on these. These are coaching sessions for my paid members, and I show you everything I'm doing to grow my business. So this is one of the best things to actually purchasing hosting through me, is you're going to get to learn all these different ways that you can monetize your blog. Finally, is support for my team. So, I don't see anybody doing this out there. I put this together where my team will actually help you. If you run into any problems, you have questions, there is no such thing as a stupid question, right? We don't know what we don't know. Number two is very limited. So I can only give this to 25 people per month at the time of this video. In the future, I may expand this if I see that a lot of people want this option. But basically what I've done is I've set up a way for you to get the blog set up so you don't have to do it yourself. So if you don't really like messing with technical stuff, I put a pretty darn good package here for you. So you get the same thing in package number one of doing it yourself. You get the blogging mastery training. You get access to my, private Facebook group where I train you weekly. But also, you get access to the Divi WordPress theme. So this is by Elegant Themes. In my opinion, Elegant Themes is one of the best, theme providers out there. This would cost you $89 per year. I have an agency account, so I can set you up with that. And also, we install your blog and the best plugins. So we put both free and paid plugins on your blog for you, as well as support from my team. So really, this option is the better option of the two, if I had to say so myself. However, you may want to set it up for yourself as well. Now, keep in mind, if you can access the page in the description, that means we have some spots available. I turn the page on and off at different times. So if you ever click on the page and it redirects you somewhere, that means that we've already filled up the 25 spots. However, if it's still available, then you can access that. With that being said, you can always feel free to comment on YouTube or on my blog, and I'll answer you to let you know. Now, here's what you're going to need. If you want to follow the tutorial, if you want to do it yourself, the first thing you're going to need is a domain name. We're going to talk about that in a minute, like how you come up with domain name ideas. So don't worry about that. That's going to be free. Bluehost includes that when you first sign up. Now, secondly, you're going to need web hosting. That's going to be between $3 to $10 per month on average when you get web hosting. And then, of course, WordPress, we already talked about that. WordPress is free, so you don't have any additional costs there. As I said, starting a blog is very, very affordable. Now, I want to talk about a domain name really quick. So domain names do not matter as much as people say they do. A lot of people get caught up on this, and honestly, my blog is a perfect example of that. Psychologically-Unemployable.net. It's a mouthful, right? But to me, Psychological Unemployable was a mindset. It was something that I wanted to share my journey with the world as I started basically going online and trying to figure out how to make money online. And so I just had to have it. It's kind of funny. I actually own the .com now, literally 6 years into my entrepreneur journey. But at that present time, the person wanted $3,000 for the domain name, and I wasn't willing to pay that for the .com because I started out pretty broke. So I went with the .net. So what I want you to understand is that what matters the most is your content. It's showing empathy for your readers. It's showing people that you can help them. That matters 1,000 times more than having the perfect domain name. Now, what I would suggest is, if at all possible, to try to get the .com. I mean, .com is more standard. People trust it. They're used to it. However, probably from there, the only other option I would take is the .net as a second choice. And that's only if I was really tied to the idea that I wanted that name and I just couldn't get the .com. Now, here is my suggestion. I personally would get your name if at all possible. For me, if I could go back and do things different, I would have bought 𝐤𝐶crawford.com. But at the current moment, the person wants like $2,500 for it. So these are what's called domain brokers. They buy up all the good domain names that are still available. So if your name is personally available, that would be my choice of what I would do. Now, if you need any help coming up with a domain name, I have suggestions for brainstorming a domain name in more detail in the blog post. I'm not going to go into that in this video because it'll make it really long. But if you need more help, I would reference the blog post where I give you some suggestions of how to do that. Now, step number 1 is if you are on the blog post, of course, you're going to want to click the link to go over to Bluehost, or if you are on YouTube, you want to click the link for Bluehost in the description. That'll be the top link. And basically what you want to do is click that green button, the one that says Get Started Now, and then it's going to take you to a page that looks like this. So basically, once you click the green button that says Get Started Now, it will bring you to a page that looks just like this, and it's going to show you the pricing options. Now, you see I have the $395 with the arrow pointed to it. That is my suggestion of the one you go with, and here's the reason why. One, you only get one website to start out, but it's all you need in the beginning. You can always upgrade later. I mean, if you absolutely know, like, hey, I want to create several websites, and this is something I plan to do for the long term, then that's fine. Go with, the plus option would be my second suggestion. With that being said, I want to point out that in order to get the $395, the cheapest price, right? You're going to need to purchase 36 months, which this is standard for web hosting. You usually pay in a lump sum, but the difference is you get a massive discount. So to me, it makes way more sense to get the $395 option. You save 50%. At the same time, you are getting way more benefits. If you're actually serious about this should not be any type of idea in your head as to why to do it. And secondly, if you're actually doing this to start an online business, if you're following the training and my coaching, then you shouldn't even think of this anything other than an investment into your future. So what I would suggest is to get the 36 months, and you will get that $395 price point. Now, step 3, after you select a plan, it will take you to a page where you need to enter your new domain. So basically what you want to do is select the new domain option and type in the domain you decided on in this box. So if you are at a point where you're still trying to figure out the domain name, I would say reference that blog post. And then once you do, you want to go ahead and put that domain in here and then hit the next button, and it will take you to the next screen. Now, step 4 is basically you're going to need to fill out your basic account information. So this is things like your first name, your last name. If you have a business name, you could put that there. That's optional. But this is just your basic information. This is required by law. Now, step number 5. Now, you'll need to select how many months you want to purchase hosting. As I said, I recommend the 36-month plan because it gives you the best value, save the most money. With that being said, what I suggest you do is uncheck everything except domain privacy protection. So I'll share with you really quick why to do that. The Site Backup Pro, the Search Engine Jumpstart, that Site Lock Security, these are all just upsells. These are things that are non-necessary. I don't even get these. You do, however, want the domain privacy protection. And the reason being is this makes it so people can't look you up. They can't look up your personal address. They can't see your name. They can't see your phone number or who owns the website. If you don't do this, be prepared. What happens is, you'll have people reaching out to you trying to sell you search engine optimization to rank your website. They'll try to sell you social media marketing services. This isn't anything bad. It's marketing agencies trying to make money by getting people to promote their websites. So I highly suggest to pay the additional 99 cents. I mean, it just keeps your data private. Now, step number 6, that's the final step. Basically, you just input your credit card information, you check the standard privacy policy and terms of service, and then hit the green submit button. At this point, once you pay, what I suggest you do, it's going to get you a receipt. So what's going to happen is Bluehost is going to email you your receipt with all your login details. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to store that email somewhere safe. And the reason being is this is something you may want to reference to the future. You may want to, if you don't save or bookmark your link to access your Bluehost dashboard, you can go into your email if you save that and access it very easily. I would keep that somewhere safe. What I would also suggest is at this point, especially if you're doing, the actual option of setting this up yourself, I would like you to basically send an email to support@bulldogwebmarketing.com. And once again, I'll link this up in the description so that way you don't have to actually stop the video. And basically just let them know you purchased Bluehost through my link and let them know your domain name you're registered with so they can get you access to your bonuses. So if you're doing the do-it-yourself option, if you're following along to set up your website, all you got to do is send them an email and say, hey, I just purchased Bluehost through Zach's link. Here's the domain domain name I registered. All they're going to do is they're going to verify that you purchased, and then they'll get you access to all the training, access to the Facebook group, so you can actually get on those coaching sessions weekly. Now, step number 7. Now, once you log in, what you're going to see is basically this screen right here. You're going to log into your account, and it's basically going to ask you to pick a theme for your WordPress blog. Now, this doesn't matter. I'm going to show you here in a minute. We're going to go live, and I'm going to show you literally how you do this. Like your website is already set up. As I said before, it takes less than 10 minutes. The longest part is basically going through and putting in your account details, and that's what's great about Bluehost over a lot of the other actual hosts out there. A lot of them you have to actually set up the WordPress installation, compared to with Bluehost, they are very integrated with WordPress. Your blog is already set up. So select any of those themes. It doesn't matter. We can change those with literally one click of a button. Step number 8, once you select your theme, your screen should look just like this. Now, if you're planning on doing this, like as a business, you're actually looking to use this as an online business, regardless if you're making money yet or you don't have a business, you're just getting into it, I would just select the business option. If for some reason you don't plan to monetize your blog and you're just going to use this for a hobby or something like that, then just select the personal option. Now, step number 9 is basically you're going to be taken to a screen like this. This is the last step. This is what's called your WordPress dashboard. And at this point, you should be at this screen. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to live, and I'm actually going to show you around WordPress how it works. We'll change out the theme and get you familiar with how everything works. With that being said, after that, you want to jump into my course and study that, as well as attend those weekly live sessions, because that's where I'm going to actually show you how to use the power of a blog. All right, so you should be looking at a screen that looks just like this after you've installed WordPress and set up Bluehost. Now, at this point, after you've already created your WordPress website, you probably want to change the appearance of the theme. Now, I'm going to show you how to do that. However, we're not going to go into customizing the theme, installing different plugins and setting up things like Google Analytics and all the different things you can do to your website. You're going to get access to all of that inside of the membership site, the bonus that you actually get. I'm going to show you what that looks like here in just a minute. So if you wanted to change the theme, the first thing you would do is go over here on the sidebar and go to Appearance. By default, usually the themes that you get on WordPress are pretty plain Jane, so I would suggest changing the theme. Now, if we go to Appearance, we're going to hover over Themes, and it's going to load up, and you're going to see these stock themes by default. Now, what you could do is you go over here to Add New Theme, and this is going to load the WordPress Marketplace. Now, you're going to see different themes that are basically, premium, meaning paid, and also free themes. You can go through some of these different categories, so if you wanted to see like what's popular at the moment, you can select Popular, and let's just say we like this theme right here, the Astra. What you would do first, I would suggest, is to hit preview so you can kind of see if you like it. Now, personally, that one's kind of plain Jane, so I would go back. Now, keep in mind, a lot of these themes, it's just going to show you, for the most part, what it can look like right here. You'll see it looks really awesome. But if we go to preview, some of it will look kind of plain Jane. Now, this one actually looks like what the thumbnail looked like, but you customize the theme once you install it. So in this case, this one, I like the way it looks. Once I like it, I would go ahead and hit Install. Now, as you're going to see, it takes just a few seconds to install the theme, but then it switches. It goes to where it says Activate. If you look over here, we haven't installed this one, so I would need to install it, but now I have it installed. I just hit Activate, and at this point, it's going to take just a couple seconds, and bam, now the theme is installed. If we go over here to where it says Welcome, we can click Visit Site, and now you can see this is the basics of what our new theme looks like. Now, if you wanted to customize this, you wanted to do more details, add a sidebar, change different things out, you could either, one, go back to Welcome and go back into your dashboard, or at any time you could have clicked the Customize category. It was up there. So if we go down here once again to Appearance, now we'll see Customize. We can go to Customize. And right here, you have all the different options for this individual theme. Now, keep in mind, every single theme has different menus, different options, different color palettes you can change. And premium themes, ones you paid for, are going to have more options, themes like Divi. So with that being said, what I suggest is once you've actually signed up and got this far, you want to go ahead and, if you haven't already, submit your information to my team so they can get you access to the membership site. Once you get in here, you're going to see this is a very detailed course. Now, you can see it has just a few menus, but there's several videos in each category. Of course, I got, different ways to make money online, so it teaches you the process of how to make money online, including how to get to $10,000 a month. From here, you have the blogging mastery course. So once you click this, it's very detailed. There's several videos. As you see, if I could scroll, it shows you everything from setting up Google, webmaster tools, setting up Google Analytics, how to build an email list, shows you some of the premium themes I suggest that you can use, as well as logos and branding. We literally go into every step of blogging, everything from how to generate content, how to generate leads, how to generate sales, different ways to monetize the blog. Email marketing conversions. So this is one of the most important mechanisms, especially if you're looking to make money blogging. It's going to go into that step-by-step on how to do that. Now, we also have a tech and how-to section here. We go over ClickFunnels Masterclass. So ClickFunnels is a software I use. ConvertKit Masterclass, which is all about how to use ConvertKit, which is an email software. How to create a freebie. So this is basically how to create a free course to give away to build your email list for your blog. And then, of course, WordPress 101. So this is where you're going to access all the information, everything from, how to navigate around the dashboard, the difference between post versus pages, how to use the post editor. So this is everything like how to format your posts to make them look beautiful, adding images, adding videos, how to create posts, different post formats. So that's the way to space the text, how to edit existing posts. This is literally a step-by-step course alone. It has over 20 videos. And then, of course, if you actually got access to the Divi theme and the premium plugins because you had the theme set up for you, you're going to see all the videos literally here how to use that. So everything on all the options on how to customize Divi, how to navigate around the library, how to use the builder. Divi is a very, very simple, elegant theme. Elegant theme as in Elegant Themes creates it. However, I believe it's a very elegant theme. It's very simple to use. It looks really classy. But you can also create everything from simple to wild. And by wild, I mean like very, very advanced websites. So if you want to expand your website in the future and make something absolutely amazing, it gives you that ability to do that. And you'll be able to learn the basics all the way to how to do advanced features. Same thing for if you're using the premium plugins like the social sharing plugin or the email opt-in plugin, which we also include. You'll have all the access here, which will show you how to use those and go through everything. So it shows you how to create the opt-ins, how to customize them, all that stuff. So with that being said, if you have any questions, let me know. However, if you have got this far, if you got Bluehost through my affiliate link, just comment in the description, say, hey, Zach, I created my WordPress website, just so I can know who actually set up their website below. With that being said, if you appreciated this video, if you like this video, I would truly appreciate if you subscribe to the channel and you smash that like button. It helps me reach more people. And with that being said, I will see you in the next video.